Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now. India versus Pakistan has to be the hottest selling ticket in world cricket anywhere. And why not? Look at the kind of rivalry, look at the kind of iconic moments this rivalry has given us. Of course, there's the heated tension between the two countries, but there's also the kind of intensity that this game generates, the kind of attention that this game generates, which means it's the stage where heroes are made, where stars are born, but it's also a stage where there have been so many performances that it's very difficult to pinpoint five. Today, we've taken up that task. My name is Tanay Tiwari, and today we're having a look at the top 5 India-Pakistan moments from Asia Cup. Shoaib Malik, Pakistan cricket's evergreen son in 2004, was still a young up-and-coming batter in a batting lineup that was filled with superstars. But it also meant that it was an opportunity for Shoaib Malik to come out and show what he's made of. What better stage than to do it against India in an Asia Cup encounter. He came out to bat, scored 143 of just 127 deliveries. He batted for almost 50 overs, stitched crucial partnerships with Mohammad Yusuf and Inzamam ul Haq, took Pakistan's score to 300, nearly half of which he scored himself. But Shoaib Malik wasn't done. The big stage had yet more to demand from Shoaib Malik. With the ball, he bowled his full quota of 10 overs, got 2 crucial wickets of Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Singh. When you do something like that in a game against India at the biggest of stages, you're bound to be termed a superstar. And that is why this game is now known casually as the Shoaib Malik game. Now this one is from a very special game, from an era where T20 cricket was still finding its feet. People were still getting accustomed to the kind of scoring rates that you now see in T20 cricket regularly. But this one was a batting exhibition. Pakistan set India 300 runs to chase. India got off to the worst possible start. Gautam Gambhir was out in the 3rd over. But that is when the Suresh Raina and Virender Sehwag show took over. The two stitched together 198 runs for the 2nd wicket, a partnership that took only 148 balls. Sehwag registered his century of just 80 balls, but Suresh Raina at the other end blasted 84 of just 69 balls. The kind of partnership that saw India race to that target with 8 overs to spare at a run rate in excess of 7, something that was a rarity in that point of time. Also, this was the first time a team chased down 300 runs in an Asia Cup encounter, showing just how special this partnership was. If ever there was a cover page made for this game, it would be spelled as D-R-A-M-A, drama. That's all that this game had in store. Pakistan were fighting to stay alive in the tournament. They had to beat India in this game in 2010. Set a good target for India to chase, but India's chase was on course. Gautam Gambhir was leading it. Then his wicket falls. Then falls MS Dhoni. Suddenly, India seemed to be in a disarray. Suresh Raina kind of holds the ship steady, but towards the end, he also falls. India need 5 of 5. In the middle are Praveen Kumar and Harbhajan Singh. Praveen Kumar gets 3 runs of 2 balls, which means the equation is now down to 2 needed of 2 balls. Harbhajan Singh on strike. There were a lot of warbles in this game. Shoaib Akhtar was seen as encountering with Indian players. Things were heating up in the middle. Then, towards the end of the game, Harbhajan Singh gets one in his slot. He swings at it. It goes for a 6. India celebrate, Harbhajan Singh celebrates in one of the most iconic celebrations with his arms up in the air and Shoaib Akhtar just standing there at the boundary line asking him to leave. One of the most iconic scenes in world cricket, one of the most iconic games in Asia Cup history, ending up in India's favour. Every great journey has a beginning point. And the journey of Virat Kohli becoming the chase master began here. In Mirpur, in Bangladesh against Pakistan, chasing 330 runs, he was sent in early. And Virat Kohli was going to do something that would become magical, that would become a story that people would tell about Virat Kohli. came out to bat, and there was a sort of an inevitability because he was in that kind of a form in this tournament, having scored centuries after centuries. But in this game, he was going to do something really special. Sachin Tendulkar at the other end was accelerating. This was a switch of roles because until this point, for a very long period of time, we had seen Sachin Tendulkar doing the role of building the innings while people at the other end batted fast. Here, Virat Kohli was batting with his hero, and Virat Kohli was the one building and playing for a long innings. He kept playing, he kept batting in his trademark style. Once set, he unleashed those boundaries, and he only got out when the chase was a mere formality. 183 runs of 148 balls. Pakistan's bowlers never really had a chance against Virat Kohli, who would then, post that, go on to become one of the finest white ball batters the history of the game had ever seen. But this is where it all started for Virat Kohli. No other cricketer in the history of world cricket pairs genius with lunacy like Shoaib Afridi. The name suggests it. Boom, boom. It's either boom or bust with Shoaib Afridi. In this game, it was going to be the boom boom show. Pakistan was set 246 to chase in Mirpur. They were sailing at one point, then the brakes were hit, then they were sailing again. Then towards the end, it seemed like Pakistan would go home. They needed 11 runs of 10 odd balls towards the end. Then Pakistan did Pakistan. 3 wickets in the next 5 balls. Suddenly the equation is down to 9 runs needed of 4 balls to win. Ravichandran Ashwin is bowling, only 1 wicket in hand. Shoaib Afridi is batting, and then Afridi goes boom boom. He wallops one over mid-wicket. That goes for a 6. The next ball. Now, sanity would suggest that he goes ahead and takes a single, doesn't take a risk. But this is Shoaib Afridi. He hits one over long gone. It seems like he'd miscued it, but he hadn't. It goes over for a 6. Scripts a famous game in Asia Cup history, a game that perhaps only Shoaib Afridi could have scripted. So we've made this list of the top 5 India-Pakistan moments. Does your list look different? It has to, because there's been so many iconic games in Asia Cup between India and Pakistan. If your list looks different, don't forget to share it with us.